Hi guys, it's Liv. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I'm doing a huge designer shoe haul. I noticed last minute that I have quite a bit of designer shoes, so I just picked out a few that I've been wearing the most often, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my honest and truthful review and overview of each shoe. And then I'm going to be doing a huge unboxing of my newest designer shoe to my collection. So I'm really excited to dive into this with you guys. So let's get started.
So ice cold good humor. They say I'm out of my mind. Standing on the outside, but it's cooler, it's fresher. I like it here.
So the first pair of shoes that I'm going to be showing you guys is my most recent purchase. Well, not the one that I'm unboxing, but the most recent that you guys saw. And they are my Valentino Rockstud flats. And these are in the soft leather, not in the patent leather, as you can see. They look like almost like a really light blush, but they are nude. And actually, I think when you add this to your cart, the color actually does say like blush or something like that. I don't even remember. I just got them. But as you can see, I've worn them quite a bit lately. I have not had any issue with the Rockstuds falling off. I've heard of a lot of people, especially with the pumps, that their Rockstuds would pop off sometimes. I have been wearing these religiously and I have not had any of my Rockstuds pop off, although I know if they do, if I take it to Valentino or to Nordstrom, depending on where you bought it, I can just get the Rockstuds replaced. But for now, I have no issues. I will say, and I hate saying this because I don't want to ever deter anyone from buying designer shoes, especially like Italian shoes, but they are very uncomfortable at first, and I highly recommend you probably wearing socks and wearing them around the house to kind of break them in, because they are very tight, and that's another reason why I did not get them in patent leather. I find that patent leather is a lot harder to break into, especially with shoes like Jimmy Choo's or Christian Louboutins, but yeah, they're very uncomfortable at first. You really need to break these in. I've had these for, I think, a couple months now. I think at least 2 months, and I'm still having to break them in a little bit. So for right now, I maybe don't take these to the mall when I'm going shopping, more so if I'm going to like a business meeting or out for drinks with friends. But they are my most recent purchase. I'm still madly in love with them. They're so cute. You can dress them up and dress them down, but you do need to remember to break these in at first. I'm about a size 7.5 in flats, a size 8 in, regular shoes. So I got these in a 37.5, just to kind of help you guys with sizing and things like that. But yes, remember to break these in. I will also note the top here. You can see a little bit of the creasing, and I think that's just a given when walking in these shoes, so take that into account. You may see a little bit of that creasing, especially while breaking them in because they are so uncomfortable at first. So maybe consider stuffing them in your closet when you're storing them, just to make sure that you don't have any permanent creasing or anything. Alright, so my next pair of shoes are my most comfortable pair of designer shoes as of late, and they are my Christian Louboutin Bianca pumps, and they are in the platform, which is probably why they're so comfortable. But these are probably my third pair of Christian Louboutins in my collection, and I wear these so much. I mean, look at the inside. Like, my soul is very worn into. But these are my most favorite pair of designer heels. They're great for date night. I actually have went to the mall in these and been able to last the entire time. Drinks with friends, dinner, or even to work. I have them in the nude. They're in patent leather. So take into consideration the color nude that I have in these shoes. Christian Louboutin has recently come out with their entire color wheel of nudes to fit every woman, which I really appreciate, because your nude may not be the same as my colored nude when it comes to shoes or clothing. So I really do appreciate finding a nude that actually is the nude for my skin complexion. I don't know if you guys can kind of see, I mean, how perfect this shade is for me, but they're in like a light cognac color. But yeah, they're my favorite Christian Louboutins. They're the most comfortable designer shoe I have so far. They are the 120mm pump. I have them in the size 38. So take into consideration you may have to go up or down half a size to a full size in different Louboutin shoes. In one of my pair, I'm a 37.5, but in these, I'm a 38. So just take that in consideration. And if you're shopping online, maybe consider going into the store, trying them on before you do that. Or when you do have them shipped to your house, be sure to try them on carpet. That way you don't wear the sole, because as soon as you do, you cannot exchange or return them. And the reason my sole looks different is because I had the sole, I had the sole changed. It is still the red sole, which I really, really appreciate because I love the gorgeous red backing of all Christian Louboutins. But the sole helps me not have like the scraping or scuffing. I don't really prefer it, although on my first pair of Louboutins, I kept it that way just because they're my first. But it also makes it more comfortable to walk on. It gives me a little bit more padding. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but right here you have just a smidge extra padding there, so it makes the shoe that much more comfortable to wear. I've had these for a few years now, and I still wear these the most out of all my Louboutin pumps, so they're absolutely my favorite. My next pair is another pair of Christian Louboutins, and these are my favorite date heel, and of course you can tell why. They are this gorgeous bright lipstick red, and these are the So Kates. These are actually my first pair of So Kates, I believe, if I remember correctly. But they're absolutely gorgeous. And as you can tell, I don't really wear these out that often. I mean, my sole looks pretty new. I just have like light scratching right there. So usually I'll just wear them if we're like valet, and if we're gonna valet and then go in and just have drinks at like the bar, or if we're doing a nice dinner at the house or something like that. Just so that way I don't have to, you know, walk in the parking lot to the restaurant, or, you know, just doing a whole lot of walking, because those of you who know anything about Christian Louboutin, So Kates are not the most comfortable. You have an extremely high pitch here at the top of the shoe, which really makes you feel as though you're standing on your tippy toes consistently. But I will say the longer that you do wear these shoes, if you wear them around in your house with socks on, like I said about the Valentinos, it will help stretch out this toe. One thing that I do love about Christian Louboutin is toe cleavage. So on the So Kate, you're going to have a significant amount of toe cleavage just because this toe box is very, very small. So I will say, those of you who probably have much wider feet, the So Kate probably isn't going to be the most comfortable option for you. But the toe box is very tight, and I have very narrow feet. And so coming from me, that must say a lot about it being very, very tight in the toe box area. But I do think these are absolutely gorgeous shoes. I mean, that bright red is just amazing. I do know that there's a place called Dino's out in Dallas that will manually stretch the shoe for you. I'm not sure what that process looks like, but they do say that it gives way here in the toe box area. So if you want to get the size that Christian Louboutin says that you should get, but you don't want to go through the trouble of waiting for the shoe to stretch, then you can take it to a cobbler or ask the Christian Louboutin store near you, and they will tell you where you can go to get your toe box stretched naturally. Okay, so my next pair of shoes is, of course, a pair of Christian Louboutins. These are, the ones before these were my first So Kates, but these are actually my first purchase, like, designer shoe ever. This was my first ever designer shoe purchase. It really did take a lot of, you know, prepping for mentally because of the price of Christian Louboutins or designer shoes in general. But I was ready. I had just graduated college and I was going into the workforce, and I wanted a true designer shoe that I could wear to work but also to dinner. So I decided to go with the Corneille. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize. But I think these are the Corneilles, and this is actually the 100 millimeters, so it's about 4 inches, I think. Yeah, about a 4-inch heel. These are actually extremely comfortable pumps in my personal opinion. I have worn these to dinner and then drinks after dinner, so like a nightcap type deal, and my feet haven't really experienced any pain during it. Also, another thing that I like about these heels is the toe box is not as narrow as, say, the So Kates. So there's not really a need for me to really try to stretch these in. Another thing is I love the slant of the toe box. I'll put these next to each other. I think it's very, very classy, very chic, and I still get that toe cleavage, but not in a way that it is uncomfortable or that my toes feel squished. I had a pair of Pigaus, the 120 millimeter without the platform, and wearing them for maybe 10 minutes, my toes felt numb and my calves were on fire. I couldn't. They just weren't comfortable. I knew the only way I could wear those is if I literally took a ballet, only had to walk 10 feet to my table, and didn't get up for the rest of the night. And I think that's kind of pointless if you're going to buy a pair of designer shoes to really only be able to wear them for 5 or 10 minutes and then you have to take them off. So I ended up returning those or selling those Pigaus and investing in another pair of shoes in my collection. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, here is a comparison of a natural Christian Louboutin sole over time and having it resoled with the red bottom. I don't even know what material this would be. Rubber sole or something like that. I'm not quite sure, but that's kind of a difference right there, as well as a difference in the toe box. And I'll also put this up against a So Kate, so you can really see the difference of the toe box. The So Kate just looks extremely uncomfortable compared to the Corneille. You have a little bit more room for your toes to naturally sit in the sole of the shoe compared to the So Kate. But I will say in the So Kate, if you are a friend of toe cleavage, you'll get significantly more toe cleavage with the So Kate, but I think the slant in the Corneille is very flattering and very, very chic in my opinion. So these are my So Kates. They are the 120 millimeter, and they are in this patent leather and this leopard print. As you can see, I have an extreme amount of wear out of these shoes. These are my go-to statement shoe for pretty much anything and everything. I found myself wearing these a lot more with denim jeans rather than like dresses and things like that, just because they're the perfect statement shoe. I actually wear these a lot out to the bar, or if I'm getting drinks or dinner with friends. And over time, my feet do just naturally start to hurt because this pitch is so extreme. It's like walking on your tippy toes, but you really do have to embrace the suck when it comes to designer shoes like this, because the only way to break them in fully and to help them stretch and be more comfortable is to wear them. Okay guys, it is time for my huge unboxing for the newest addition to my designer shoe collection, and it is by none other than Gucci. This is actually my first pair of Gucci shoes. First of many, I actually think, because I've been eyeing a few really cute like mules and loafers and pumps, and I think I'll be adding to this collection very soon. But let's just dive into it. Get this unboxing done. Wow. So I've got more cards than I usually do when it comes to unboxing. So I have of course, my care card, one in English and one in Arabic or something. I've got 3 actually, which is weird. Oh wow. Which is weird, but I've got all my care cards, 4 of those. I don't know why I need so many language options, but then of course, through all this stuffing, whoa, I then have my dust bag, just the classic Gucci dust bag here. I actually have 2, so 1 for each shoe, which thank God, because I don't want to like be storing them or traveling with them and then one shoe rubs on another and messes up anything on the shoe. So, all right, there they are. These are my first pair of designer anything but heels. Like, usually I'm only looking for heels and things like that. These are my first pair of anything other than designer heels. And oh wow. Oh my gosh, these smell so good. They smell like better than new car smell. I don't know why I just smell them, but geez, like coming out of the box, it just smelled like new car and amazing leather. Anyways, these are my Gucci sneakers. I was going to get the ones with the pearl and like the rock studs on the back, but I felt like that would be me doing too much. There's a fine line between I like designer things and I want people to know that I can afford designer things. And I just felt like diamonds, rock studs, flashy like lights and stuff on sneakers was just doing way too much, especially because sneakers are more of a casual shoe, at least for me. So I just went with the classic Gucci style here. I do have my little bumblebee on the side. And just to kind of tell you guys the exact name, I guess there's not really a name. It doesn't really say like, you know, like style name or something. They're just Gucci sneakers. Interesting. So I have not, I've looked at these to make sure that they were what I wanted, but I have not worn them. I mean, look, the stuffing is still in here. As far as sizing, I have these in a 38 because I'm an 8 in like Nikes and Huaraches and things like that. But I probably won't even lace these up like regular sneakers, like to tie them, just because I think that's just a very clean look there. But yeah, they're in a 38. They're not white. I don't know if you guys can tell or not if these are like a true white. They look more of an off-white here, but I'm just gonna kind of give you guys a 360 of the shoe. Only the bumblebee on the outside of the shoe, but I think these are really, really cute. I've seen so many people dress these up really, really nicely. I'm excited to kind of fidget with them, dress them up and dress them down, just see, you know, see how I can dress up a really off-the-wall kind of choice when it comes to my collection. Usually I'm like flats and sandals and pumps and things. So for my first, you know, casual designer shoe, I guess you can say, this is a stretch for me, but I'm excited to kind of take the dive into, you know, figuring out how I'm going to dress this up with all the clothes that I have. But I'm really in love with these shoes so far. I mean, they really smell good, but they're also really, really cute. I actually got these $400 off because I had saved up all my Nordstrom notes over like 6 months, especially over my holiday shopping haul or whatever. So they're regularly like $6 something. So using my Nordstrom notes, I only had to pay like $200 something for these shoes. So if you guys do want to get designer shoes, I recommend shopping with Nordstrom and saving up your Nordstrom notes so you can pretty much get these bad boys for more than half off. But yeah, that is the newest addition to my collection, and I'm so glad I finally unboxed them with you guys so I can start wearing them and stop waiting until I do a video. But yeah, so that concludes my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about any of the shoes that I had shared with you guys today, just drop me a comment below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at livslifestyles_ because I will be rocking a bunch of outfits with these new shoes, and I definitely want to see what you guys think. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up my video and share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.